Alright, hey guys, so
Season 4.
I love Andre to take the charge of this season because it's more his story than it's
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
So take charge of this.
You know, I was a complete bastard.
So that would have been like October.
For season 3. And I feel bad about it even telling the story.
And 2 and 1.
And 2. I wasn't so bad in 1. But
season 4 you made a come around.
Yeah, season 4 was really my biggest like growing point. Because up to this point, academics alright, spiritual life alright, but emotionally I was so dunce. Like I was just an absolute dunce.
I don't think it's dunce. I just think that you were growing and you weren't there.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't very mature.
Yeah.
I was very immature.
That's okay, because at different stages of life because you are way more spiritually mature than a lot of people who were mature than the years. So I just think that it's unfortunate that I got tied up in some of it, but I don't think it's wrong that you weren't emotionally mature, because if you get 2 out of 3, it saved us a lot of problems and issues. And if you have spiritual, emotional and intellectual and you get 2 out of 3, you pass.
So this now was my coming to Jesus moment in terms of emotional maturity. I started to realize that if I wanted to become a man, I needed to learn how to mature as a person. And that conversation with Norville now really started to hit home, because I'm now staring into 4th and final. I was in 4th year at this point. I'm staring into the prospects of life after med school and not knowing how that's going to go, and I kind of been messing up my relationship all along. So it's about time I come to terms with it. So nevertheless, I never took it seriously.
Yeah, so this is between so the breakup was like October.
Yeah,
and then now we're now in December.
Alright, so now
we'll go to this wedding. That's doing and Stevie's wedding.
Right. So in December, actually you can skip out the whole part of this.
That middle part.
Yeah, that's not necessary. Alright, so now we're at December. And we went to Dwayne and Stevie's wedding in Mobe. Zara and I, along with some of our friends from Adfel, stayed at my cousin's house.
Wedding weekend.
Yeah, it was a wedding weekend. We really enjoyed ourselves that weekend. But one of my friends, should we call her name? Or does that make it awkward?
We'll never call her name.
Okay. One of my friends had pointed out to me. So the weekend went.
And
it went well in our estimation.
Yeah.
No, we don't feel like there was anything awkward between the two of us.
I kind of saw some little things, but at that point, remember, I'm trying to kind of avoid him. So a lot of this stuff I kind of ignored. Some of the stuff I also became so cold and unattached from. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, but basically what my friend pointed out to me, by the way, there's a serious conversation that she came and had to me. She literally called me 2 days before and she said she's scheduling a time and we're going to meet and discuss something very important. I thought it was school. Anyway, she came to Towers and we sat down outside and she kind of just poured her heart out, telling me that she saw how I interacted with Zara on the weekend and there's something wrong with it. Because I was basically like stringing her along, like I was holding her at like arm's length, close enough to kind of do some some PDA, kind of showing her some affection, but still far enough to not commit, not hold on to her, not.
So it's like you have a best friend, you want some of the girlfriend privileges, but not so much, but like a little bit, but not really.
That exactly what she said.
Yeah.
And basically what she was saying to me, as in what my friend was saying to me, is that if I continue like that, I am going to make a wreck of our friendship, and also I'm going to force Zara into a position where she's being strung along, and that's just not okay. And she really said it from the depths of her heart, and it was a hard conversation to have, but I really am grateful for it, because from that conversation I went and I read something from Sister White where she spoke about the fact that trifling with hearts is no minor sin. I think that's exactly what, or no small sin or something like that. And basically she spoke about young men who were stringing along young ladies without committing to them and putting their everything into the relationship. And so my friend said to me, listen, you basically have two options if you want to be a good person. One of them is you leave Zara and allow her to go as far from you as possible. You know, you guys can't be best friends. It's not good for you. It's not healthy. And the other option is you make sure that you and God have a conversation and you fix yourself, become emotionally mature, and then you ask her to be a girlfriend. But you can't be there straddling the fence.
So it was a new phase.
It was so new that people who were looking on were kind of confused. So I remember one night we were at Adfel and Zara was leading out.
I was leading out and I was giving a testimony, and I don't know, because of how we were interacting and stuff, somebody saw him and thought that, you know, don't mind brother man, I feel like you play with that girl there and whatever, because I mean they know us as very good friends. Long story short, prayerfully he approached him, the gentleman who saw approached him and said, you know, I've been seeing this, kind of confused, what's going on. Then at that point he said to him that, you know, yeah, I'm actively pursuing her, it's fine.
And then the guy was just like, whew, honestly, I never knew how I was going to say this to you, and I really was praying about saying this to you without offending you or kind of insulting you or anything, but I'm very happy to hear that because I had to look out for her. And honestly, guys, if you don't have some friends like that, go get some, please, because obviously Adema saved me over here.
Away from home. So season 4 was all of that. It was kind of coming of age season, and it gets interesting. This is when we start doing a lot of the adventures together, because I guess we get more independent, a little bit more.
This is when we start to go on a nicer dates.
And you know, it's beautiful because we can contrast the date that we had when we were 17, which was our first date, when we went into the lady upper Maypen from the plaza, and we did eat the chicken together. You
did eat something, but both of you try.
Take with time. And this was like a cook shop on a plaza, and you know, cook shop on a plaza every now and then you can eat, and it was a little, I don't know if you ever go into a shop in a plaza. It was a small little space, have one little table over the corner, and to kind of contrast that to know when we do random things, when, you know, sometimes we do random stuff. And Zandre, I am cheaper. Zandre has very expensive taste. So that's why I'm saying I have money in life, because you have a funny taste. I
like to do nice things. I don't like nice things. Like I don't like many things.
But I like to do nice things. Me regular. I'm a regular smegular girl, but it's just interesting to contrast that to what we can do now and all the things that we have done in the past. Maybe so this new relationship is maybe the past 2 years. 2 going on 3. 2 going on 3 years.
Actually closer to 3 years.
Closer to 3, because of course the engagement happened and stuff, and you have seen that video. So if you haven't seen our engagement video, you can go ahead. But this part of this season has shown me that when God really writes a love story, he writes it good.
Trust me, because at this part of our relationship, I've learned that I need to take care of her in the way that God takes care of his church.
Oh man,
I've learned that I need to invest
deep stuff, man.
I need to invest in me so that I can be a better head of the household, not because I have selfish ambitions, not because I want to do this for me, but I'm now getting to a place where if I'm going to take on somebody to be, you know, a whole other half of this relationship, then I have to bring I have to be a full solid person so that I can take up another solid person, and then the two of us can, you know, have a solid relationship together.
1 + 1 = 1.
Basically that are the maths. 1 + 1 = math. 1 + 1 = 1. Sorry, is that 3 minutes getting a maths? If you see with me.
Stop saying get 3 in a maths. You don't get 3 in a maths. You get 3 in a pure maths.
Still 3 in a maths. So basically, guys, what I'm saying is that God showed me by this point that I need to actively work on me, and He will take care of everything else.
Yeah.
So I was reading books, I was talking to people, and when I say talking to people, I mean anybody who had a relationship that looked like one that I would want. Those are the persons that talk to. Not random people, because advice is free. Everybody willing to give advice.
Yeah.
But I know all that you must take. Yeah.
How do you know that I was the one? Was there like a magical moment? There
was not a magical moment, actually. What there was a series of conversations with God. And I'm saying, God, you have placed before me a woman that is clearly checking all the boxes. I need you to get me to a place where I can be deserving of a woman like that.
Yeah.
Because she not just make me come back and take up back my spot. So I need to prove to her that I am the man that I say that I have become. So please help me to be able to show that without having to come across as, you know, conceited and trying to show off.
But not conceited.
Exactly. And honestly, guys, eventually came to a place where I was just like, alright, God, you do your thing. I'll just continue being the genuine person that I am. And He just made everything work out.
He's so easy to love. He's so easy to love. He's so sweet. But in that moment, as I said, I gave Him the opportunity to pursue me again. I felt like I yammed. Not until I lie, I was like, oh my gosh, here we go again. But there was something different about it, because I spoke to God about it and I prayerfully asked Him, okay, God, please tell me what you need me to do. The thing with learning myself over the past couple of years is that, as I say, the spirit of discernment is there, and I can hear God's voice when it comes to especially people around me. And we went throughout a prayer together. I think we never delved directly into, we didn't even consider it a relationship. We never labeled it this time.
True. That's why we don't have an anniversary.
Yeah, we don't know
that.
When. We know it's about 3 years, but we're not really sure.
Yeah.
Because we don't even know when it happened. But we approached it very prayerfully. We went on fasting. As a matter of fact, at one point, I think we did every Wednesday when we were praying about it. We made sure to introduce back our every night prayer thing. And because remember, I said we were the breakup period, kind of, we were doing our own thing.
Yeah.
But
and we also started to get close to Norville and Monique at this time.
Yeah.
We started to go on double dates, and we started to do fun activities together. So we had good Christian couples around
David
us.
And Millie,
David and Millie, Stevie and Dwayne. Yeah. So, you know, we kind of now had, we're just in a different place.
Yeah, different place. And that's why I say I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad that we grew up and this is a grow. All the seasons really reflect where we were as individuals at different stages. It reflects how we were as kids. It reflects how we were as teenagers. It reflects how we were as young adults. How we were as older young adults. You know, different phases. High school, college, law school. You know, now working and stuff. So
as you're talking about phases, right? There's still phases and there's still seasons, even within season 4. Because this explains what we've explained so far, brings us to what we had as our boyfriend-girlfriend kind of relationship. But how did we get to where we wanted to get married?
Alright, let's pause. Yeah, how did we get here? Tell me.
So you know how all along she was the instigator of everything?
Yeah.
She was kind of the one, you know, pushing us to grow up and do things. And when I say do things, I mean like make informed decisions.
Yeah, I've always been the one who was more mature in the relationship.
Yeah, she was always the one that's more mature in this relationship.
Except season 4.
Except at this point,
season 4 caught me off guard.
When I commit to something, I commit to it in a very almost sacrificial kind of way. Like, I'm giving this everything.
Trust me, guys. If Zandre has 100 ideas, we'll call him the idea man. Right now we call him the rat trap man because him have one rat trap at try sell. We link it in the bio so you can go buy it for Amazon. But
you have to try. If you have a goal, you have to try.
He gets fully absorbed, and when I say fully absorbed, he has had so many projects since I've met him, and I can list them. I remember one time he was super obsessed with camouflage. His mommy used to just buy everything in camouflage. One next time we make one biogas,
and it was good. It was a good scene that exhausted everything military.
One next time him want to learn how to cook one chicken underground, and then make something to cook the chicken underground. Like there are so many things. You know, big up to mommy and daddy because them always have put up with you and your foolishness.
Oh, they make me go fly a helicopter, daddy make me go to scuba diving, me do the whole course when me supposed to study for final MBBS.
Yeah.
Anyway, obviously me passed, so thank Jesus. But nevertheless, we're at the point now where I started to take our relationship very seriously, and as I said, because we're wrapping up season 4 now. Yeah. So I'm taking our relationship.
We are still in season 4 actually.
Well, yeah, good point. We're still in season 4. So I was reading books. I was praying actively and diligently about being a better man, and I was also now looking at our future. You know, we started to talk about migrating together. We started to talk about just living life together, and I realized that, hold on now, Andre, if you're making these kinds of plans with somebody, you need to be prepared to get married to them. And honestly, it didn't even scare me. It didn't faze me. I was just excited because I know what it's like to be her friend. I can just imagine what it's like to be married to my best friend, where it's a sleepover.
Like it's a
every night.
Sleepover.
Every night. In fact, that's what Shade said to me. Shade is a friend of ours who. She said that when she was going to get married, you know, people tried to discourage her, saying that they're so young and stuff, and she was just like, you know, people said a lot of things, but when they actually got married, they realized that all they had now transitioned into is to a perpetual sleepover with their best friend, and it's the best thing that she ever did. And you know, I was thinking about it, and I was praying about it, and I was just like, God, have you now brought us to the place where it's time to make this big decision? And honestly, God said yes so many times that I didn't even know to question it. I didn't even think to question it.
I questioned it because for me, I looked at it from the perspective where I was like, we were just finishing up school, and I was saying financially, I don't think we're there yet. Like, because you know, you've envisioned what you want a wedding to be like and stuff like that. Mark you, we're filming this when we haven't got married yet, so we don't even know what our wedding will look like. But yeah, I had different. When we were talking about that, I had different views. I thought that would wait at least 2-3 years. Then Andre said, but poor people get married all the time. and
for me, the marriage is so much more than the wedding.
Yeah. And
it's so much more about.
But I wasn't there yet.
You know, just doing what God says. Like, He never left where road all along, and we've been as individuals growing spiritually. And He never left where road. We finished law school and med school, though.
Yeah.
And you know, it wasn't easy. But you know, easier for some than others. But
it was easy for him.
Nevertheless, I don't know about that, guys.
He gets good grades and like full scholarships, and so the rest of it we pay.
Basically, guys, God never left me a road yet, and you know.
You guys know he's a genius.
Him now carry me come a road.
I really hope our kids inherit your brain. What my
and your beauty. Yeah, guys. So I decided that, you know what, God, I'm going to put you to the test, and if this is your will, then let us be able to have these mature conversations, and let us see you opening doors. And let's just say that has brought us to where we are now.
That has brought us to this episode, in these past couple of episodes in season 4. So many things have been going on in the background, and you know, He's faithful.
Trust me.
And we have a testimony, especially from my side, when it comes to, you know, finishing school and jobs and business and YouTube and everything. And I guess eventually when testimony develops, we'll share that point after the wedding and after we have kind of transitioned smoothly. But I must say that this season has been very fulfilling. It has shown us that God never leaves us.
Nah, left your road, man.
once we put him first. And it also shows us that God is the best series author. Author, you call them people there? Or and a playwright. Playwright, I wanna play. What do you call them people there? Screenwriter.
Sure.
Anyways, but you know, he's very good at writing a story. And just the lessons of patience, the lessons of faith, the lessons of loyalty, of honesty, of trust, of friendship, of love, of sacrifice, of surrender.
You know,
it's just when you see this
growth.
When you see the story come together, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. God writes the best love stories.
Yeah. So because I knew that this is what God wants, I realized that she's the best thing that ever happened to me. You know, apart from salvation. Thank God for that. I asked her to marry me. I'm just looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to spending the rest of my life with her.
Looking forward to season 5.
I'm looking forward to season 5.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the challenges that are going to come up, because if there's one person who I'd like to solve challenges with, it's this lady right here.
Aww.
Like, I think we make a good team.
We do. Where I'm weak, you're strong. Where you're weak, I'm strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's, you know, I read something from Sister White that says, when you're looking for a wife, you need to find somebody who is fit to bear her share of life's burdens.
Yeah.
That's this girl right here.
Okay.
And yeah.
You're nice. I like your hair. After you say something so deep, right?
Don't it?
But what is true is true that we do make a good team. And like as we go into season 5 and as you wait for the premiere of season 5, I'm not going to say I'm not nervous, but not in a like scared way, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you have a little jitter here and there, but it's more like, you know, when you wait for one trip, when you wait for one school trip, and you're excited, you just want this school trip time to come. Yeah. But
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Really
I'm excited about season 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9, and because I mean this a series here, Adventures of XYZ, is not gonna end until we reach heaven.
Yep.
And I think, you know, being with you, it has helped me a lot to help to mold my character as not just like a Christian, but just as like as a woman, because I want to be a better partner all the time. So and all of our seasons put together, like our stories overall, show us that whatever the obstacle, whatever the trial, we'll be fine, because we have a very good foundation, a foundation that's built on friendship.
Yeah.
That's solid. I think we have a very solid foundation.
We were together a lot of times. We were apart a couple of times, but we were never not friends.
Yeah,
we were never not friends.
Yeah.
You're a nice friend, you know.
You like me? You like my hair?
I love you. I love your hair.
But yes, before we get too mushy, I think we can close this recap of the seasons.
Yeah. So that brings us to the end of season 4, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys for the premiere of season 5 of Adventures of XYZ.
Bye.
By the way, if you figured out what XYZ means, tell us in the description. What's up name? In the tell us in the comments down below. I've always wanted to say that.
Oh my gosh. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.